Welcome back to my channel, everybody. This is the race that stops an age in the Melbourne Cup. This is my runner-by-runner preview, going through every single runner in this 23-horse field with the scratching of Point Nepean. Now it comes to 23 horses, but still a lot of depth to this field. I think that the locals, it's going to be a bit tough for them to win, but you've got to respect them, and we've got to look to see what the internationals have to offer. But let's get into the runner-by-runner preview and go through every runner for this great race. Going down the list in runner number, the first horse we're going to take a look at is Gold Trip. He's drawn barrier 14 for Mark Jarrett, currently paying $15 for Kieran Moore and David Eustace. Handles soft ground, but doesn't only have the one win from 15 starts, but was good without any luck in the Cox Plate. Can he win? No. Is he a top 10 chance? 100%, but not a winning chance for mine. Horse number 2 we're going to take a look at is Jewis, drawn barrier 10 for Edward Cummings. Brings it down from Sydney for Hugh Barman with 55.5 kilos. I'm going to say the reason why Hugh Barman is on is because Josh Park couldn't make the weight, but I think it's a pretty good chance at $26. Just a query at the distance. The last time that Josh Parr rode her in the Caulfield Cup was saying that she was looking for further and gets her here to the 3,200 metres and does have the same weight as she carried in the Caulfield Cup. Top 10 chance, yes. Probably not a winning chance, and probably not a top 3 chance either. Horse number 3 we're going to take a look at is Knight's Order, who's drawn the widest barrier of 24. Probably comes into 23 now with the scratching of Point Nepean, and is going to be ridden by Timmy Clark, and is paying $17 for Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott. He's had 5 goes at Flemington for no placings. He's had 3 goes at the 32, winning twice. But he was beaten a long way in this race last year, but he does handle wet ground. The wet ground brings him in the calculation, but I can't see him getting his favourite leading position from barrier 24, and that's going to be detrimental to his chances, because you saw what happened with Twilight Payment in the race last year. Couldn't get to the lead, though probably wasn't going well enough to win it anyway. But Knight's Order, a no for me. The 4th horse we're going to take a look at in the Melbourne Cup field is Montefilia, drawn barrier 11, Jason Collett for David Payne, paying $11, and is a very, very good chance. Ran 4th in the Caulfield Cup, so I think can run well here. 55.5, barrier 11. Just has to stay the trip to be a very good winning chance. The next horse we're going to take a look at is Numerian for Tommy Berry, and is paying $61, drawn barrier 7 for Annabelle Neesham. He's going to find this very difficult. This horse was 5th in the Caulfield Cup. Probably off a bit of a tough run, 55.5. He's going to be carrying tomorrow in the Melbourne Cup, and does get the crossover noseband for the first time. He's only beaten 1.15 lengths in the Caulfield Cup. I can't see him winning a Melbourne Cup. No. And the first international runner in the Melbourne Cup field of 2022, and it's without a fight. He's the 6th horse we're going to take a look at. He's drawn barrier 18. Very elegant, came from that barrier to win last year. William Buick on 55.5 kilos and is paying $11 for the Crisford team. I think this horse has a very good chance in this year's Melbourne Cup. He's been very consistent. He's going to run the trip out on his head. He ran over 2,900 metres at York, winning. And last start, he was very good first up overseas, and he comes into the race with a run under his belt, so I think it's going to be he's a very good chance to take out this year's Melbourne Cup. The second international in the field of the Melbourne Cup 23 is Kimura, drawn barrier 17 for the Hayes boys. Ben Mel on the ride with 61 kilos. I think that she's going to have to lift lengths to be winning the Melbourne Cup. Deserves to be a double price runner, and probably deserves to be longer in the market. I don't think she's going to win, but is a definite top 3 chance. Sorry, definite top 10 chance, not top 3. And here we have the short price favourite, horse number 8, and that's Deauville Legend, drawn barrier 9 for Karen McAvoy, the King of Melbourne Cups, winning 4 of them. 340. Is it under the odds for this horse? Personally, I think it is. I think it's if it was $5, it'd be a bet, but just bit of a career at 350. Look, he is the horse to beat, and the market has to be respecting of that. But I think that there's three reasons why you can say that he's under the odds and he can be beatable. And that's he isn't proven at the distance of 32. He isn't proven on soft ground, but he is a Northern Hemisphere 3-year-old, and he's doing this off probably a bit of durability and half of talent. So, very big watch for my Dover legend for Karen McAvoy in the Melbourne Cup. Now, the next couple of runners are going to be a bit of a speed through here. Stockman can't win. Barrier 2 doesn't stay 32. Query on the soft ground as well. Needs dry ground, and I think should be longer in the market than $31. Can't win, not even a top 10 chance. Vow and Declare is the next one we're going to take a look at, and he's horse number 10 in the Melbourne Cup, drawn 23. Barriers kill his chances. I cannot see him winning this. He's got Blake Shin aboard. He runs a 32 on his head. He's a Melbourne Cup winner. He hasn't run another race since, but he did have an injury layoff in between that time, but he's been running well this campaign. $23 deserves to be bigger in the market. Barriers kill his chances, like I said, and I really can't see him finishing more than probably 12th or 11th, but he's a quality stayer on his day, and I think he'll run the 32 out. Just a query how well he's going. The next horse on the Melbourne Cup list is Young Verta, horse number 11 for Damien Lane and Danny O'Brien, the stablemate of Vow and Declare at $41. Can't win. He's only had the one win from as many. He's only had 15 starts for the one win. He's very inconsistent. Query is, can he run the 32? He is a natural stayer, but deserves to be longer than $41 in the market and wouldn't even be close to finishing top 10. And the final international runner we're going to take a look at is Hu Ya Mao for Craig Williams and Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott. Currently paying $15 and is drawn very nicely in barrier 15. And I think can run a bit of a race, this horse. Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott know how to win a Melbourne Cup, obviously doing it with Fiorente back, I can't remember what year it was. I think it was 2013 that Fiorente won the Cup. But Hu Ya Mao, definitely a winning chance and definitely a very good chance. Horse number 13 in the Melbourne Cup, field of 23, is Serpentine. Drawn barrier 22 for Johnny Allen, $71. Is probably a bit shorter than what he should be. He should be around 100 to 150 to 1. He can't win. If he was going to win, he would have wanted to show something into the lead up, and he did place in the Archer on Saturday over the 2400 meters, but can't see him winning a Melbourne Cup, though the colours will carry him a long way. Horse number 14 is Deshaun Sweet Jr., barrier 13, Daniel Moore, lightweight, $41. Deserves to be a lot longer in the market. He'll run the 32, no problem, but the Adelaide Cup win was dominant, yes, but he beat an inferior field. This is a lot stronger, and he needs to do it. He needs to prove himself at the top level, and that was a pretty weak Group 1 he won in Adelaide, so not for mine, not this year, Deshaun Sweet Jr. The next horse we're going to preview is Grand Promenade for the Kirimo and David Eustace team. Harry Coffey aboard. $81 seems a little bit over the odds for mine. I thought he was around probably $60, $50 chance. Definitely not an $81 chance. Drawn barrier 1 probably goes forward from that barrier, and I can see him leading the Cup field here, but he probably does just lack a bit of class to be winning a Melbourne Cup, but definitely a top 5 chance for sure. The next horse we're going to take a look at is Arapaho for Rachel King. $81 is a fair price for this horse. Drawn barrier 19. Won't get its usual favourite. Prefers easier and deserves to be longer in the market. He won't finish in the top 10. He'll be lucky to finish in the top 15. Definite no. Happy to be against Arapaho in the Melbourne Cup. Horse number 17 is Emissary, coming in off the race via his Geelong Cup win, where he beat the subsequent Archer Stakes winner in Surefire. Patrick Maloney arrived with lightweight is $34 for the Moroni team. I find it very hard to think he can be winning a Melbourne Cup. He definitely prefers easier here. The right run on the outside of the horses in the Geelong Cup, and it was a very weak Geelong Cup. I'm not saying to taking anything away from Surefire. He's a good horse, but Emissary is going to find it very hard to win, and I cannot see him winning them. Next horse is Lunar Flare, number 18 on the list. Barrier 12, Mickey D for Graham Begg, coming off the Victoria Derby win. $19 for Lunar Flare. Natural Stay was very good in the Moonee Valley Gold Cup. Will only improve its chance of stepping up to the 3,200 metres. She'll handle the wet ground. I think is definitely over the odds at $19. She should be a lot shorter than that. I reckon she should be a $9, $8 chance. Definite winning chance for mine, and can run a big race here because she does love Flemington. Horse number 19 is Smokin' Romans for the Kirimar Dabusis team. Another one, of their runners in the race. Barrier 16, going to make it hard for the horse that does have Jamie Curran the settle, paying $17. I thought was a little bit disappointing in the Caulfield Cup. We need to lift lengths to be winning a Melbourne Cup. Gonna say no for mine, though. This is only Jamie Carr's second race ride in the race, so good luck to Jamie, but not for mine. Horse 20 is Charlie Rose, barrier 22. Wide barrier for a natural stay, not a good thing here. I think she would have been a very good winning chance if she'd have drawn more, probably 11-1, but the barriers really dented her chances. She'll run the trip no problem. She's got a lightweight jockey on at Dean Yendall and is carrying the lightweight, but $81 because of the barrier, and I can see why. I'm going to say no to Charlie Rose in this year's Melbourne Cup, though she was so gallant in last year's Cup. Horse 22 is High Emotion, another one for the Mar Eustace combination, drawn barrier 8 for Tigo Nugent. $51 is a big price about this horse and deserves to be so. Coming off his win in one of the country cups, can't remember which one, but not a path you want to be following for a horse to be winning a Melbourne Cup. But he's got good form at Flemington and he's a good stayer. Just a query if he can crack it at this level. But the Melbourne Cup, I think, would be too hard for this horse and does probably prefer a little bit easier. And the second last runner we're going to take a look at in the 2022 Melbourne Cup field is Interpretation for Craig Newt. $41 is a big price about this horse. Deserves to be so. You can never underestimate the Mar Eustace team. All these colours for Aussie Kerr and the big team of owners that they have. But this horse won't be winning a Melbourne Cup. He's an import. He came to Australia with a big boom on him, and the boom didn't live up to it. Not convinced he can win a Melbourne Cup, and I'm not convinced he's going well enough to at all. So, hard no for mine, Interpretation in the Melbourne Cup. And the final horse in the 23 field is Realm of Flowers. Drawn barrier 5 will get a very good run for Damien Thornton. I'm not sure if this is his first. No, this is his second ride in the race after last year, running last on Ocean Billy. Barrier, $10 this horse is paying. We'll run the 32 out, no problem. Was very good in the Metrop, and I think is a great chance and is the best of the local chances winning a Melbourne Cup. Finally in the race, Fanthea and CM Free was very good in her Rams to win for Mark Zara. But I think Damien Thornton has a great Melbourne Cup ride this year in Realm of Flowers. And here we are, my tips and selections for the 2022 Group 1 Lexus Melbourne Cup, the race that stops the nation. And I'm Without a Fight at $10. I just think that it's a better price than the favourite in $3.50. And I'm happy to be with this horse. Pretty confident that he can take out the Group 1 Lexus Melbourne Cup. And I'm happy to be on it, $10. Dover Legend, clearly the one to beat. $3.50, just a bit short for mine. Though is a Northern Hemisphere 3-year-old, 55.5 for Karen McAvoy, the King of Melbourne Cups, will be running really, really well here. Huya Mal, the other one of the internationals that I think can run really well at $16. Realm of Flowers and Vow and Declare, the two of the best local hosts, but Without a Fight and Dover Legend for mine, the two that you want to be on the Melbourne Cup. 45 the win Without a Fight and 10 the win on the favourite in Dover Legend. Hoping one of them can salute over the 32 for the race that stops the nation. Thank you for watching my runner-by-runner preview for the Group 1 Lexus Melbourne Cup of 2022. I hope I found the winner for you in my selections, and I hope you back the winner.